gentlemen, today I'm here in Cubao, Quezon City, just outside the Araneta Coliseum, and they held the FIBA World Cup, Basketball World Cup here at this place. There were a couple of other arenas, Philippine Arena, the biggest indoor arena in the world, and of course MOA, Mall of Asia Arena. Let me show you around a little bit here. We are in Araneta City. This place here is called Araneta Coliseum. Let me just show you. Germany won the World Cup last week. Congrats. It was the first time Dennis Schröder and his crew won the World Cup versus Serbia, I think. Not 100% sure. Let me show you around here a little bit. Araneta, by the way, is a very famous family. Its members are senators, industrialists, and their compound is actually not too far away from here. Just behind this place here, the Araneta clan still has a compound. Aranetas, let me tell you a few things about them. They are a famous Filipino-Spanish family from the Basque region in Spain. And its most famous member, I would say, is the industrialist and businessman Gregi Araneta. But Mar Rojas, the former DILG Secretary of the Philippines, a guy who actually ran for the presidency against Rodrigo Duterte in 2016, is another famous member. He graduated from the Wharton Business School, University of Pennsylvania. And the current First Lady of the Philippines is Liza Araneta, also a member of that very famous clan. And as you see, this is still the decoration they used for the FIBA World Cup. Nearby we have Ali Mall. And why is this a very significant place? Because in the 1970s, I believe, October 1975, this is the Coliseum. They named it Philippine Coliseum back then. This is the Coliseum where they held the biggest boxing fight in the history of that sport, and probably one of the biggest events, sports events ever, the Thrilla of Manila. Here. And President Marcos back then actually used this as a way to promote the Philippines all around the world, to bring attention to the Philippines using sports events such as this one. They actually sponsored the event, and it was the third fight, Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali. I'll leave some info down below in the description of this blog here. And today, Araneta City, as you can see here, is a commercial hub, one of the older commercial hubs within the Metro Manila area. It is attached to Gateway Mall, this place here, and also to housing and Manhattan City Garden, a condominium project. Ali Mall, by the way, is named Ali Mall because it is a tribute to Muhammad Ali, probably the greatest boxer of all times. Ali Mall itself was, back then in the 70s, was the first multi-level commercial mall of the Philippines, right here in Araneta City. And you guys of course know HBO, right? Famous for its boxing events and other forms of entertainment. HBO back then wrote history by bringing this fight live to the American public by using a satellite technique, satellite technology, to basically bring it to the American public via satellite technology. That was the first time they ever did that here in Manila. The fight of the century, Thrilla in Manila. So I will go to Gateway Mall now and have lunch. Let's see. And by the way, they also have Rustans here, which is a high-end department store owned by the Tantocos, which is also a very famous, powerful, rich family in the Philippines. Big business in the Philippines is always divided among very famous families. Hello? There are a lot of bars and restaurants in this area, and it's actually a nice place to hang out in the evening hours. Lots of people would come here and have their beer or grab a slice of pizza, or they would just hang out here at the Gateway Mall, because this mall is actually connected to the MRT and the LRT. Not really sure if it's MRT or LRT or both, interconnected with the train stations, connected through other parts of Manila via the train system. And it's quite a nice place, I must say. They fully developed this a few decades ago, you know, because before this was just a big field and you would just have the Coliseum itself and nothing else. But the Aranetas are behind a lot of the development that took place in this area here. Lacoste. Ah, it's a chess game going on here and people seem to be very interested. Check that out. And as you can see, typical Filipino mall. People love going to the mall. They love shopping. They love hanging out in places such as this one because it's not so hot in here. Everything is cooled down by air cons. Gateway Mall, ladies and gentlemen. Look what I just found here, Taco Bell. Where dreams come true. I might soon start with my Manila walking tours. I'm planning to go to different places in Manila. Chinatown, the oldest Chinatown in the world, Binondo, maybe Malacanang Palace, the presidential palace, maybe some walking tours in BGC and in Makati, in Cubao, in other places of the metropolis, Metro Walk, Ortigas, Rojas Boulevard. There are a lot of interesting places in this city. And I'm actually planning to do walking tours a bit inspired by the great Chris in Cebu. Basically just walking around and talking to people and asking them silly questions about if they use soap when they clean their when they clean their hands or not, I don't know. Just walking around and giving you some footage of this huge city, and probably at least an hour long. So I would not know what would happen, right? I would just go somewhere, probably get a grab or a taxi, and then I tell him, look, bring me to this and that place, and then I turn on my cam and I would just take footage of whatever happens, whatever I'll see. Okay, like this guy here, the ice cream guy, or these ladies who are waiting for their food, or checking out people at the food court. Something like that. And this here is a small model of the whole Araneta Coliseum area. That there is the Araneta Coliseum, you see? No, I'm just taking footage, thank you. I'm looking for Ali Mall. That's Ali Mall here?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I will go. Take footage. Thank you very much. So, time for a coffee break here at Starbucks Gateway Mall. I will check out the Ali Mall now, but before that, I will grab something to eat here. At Starbucks. And as mentioned earlier, the mall is interconnected to the stadium. This here is the stadium. Outside you have restaurants. And over there, spectator entrance. That's going into the Araneta Coliseum. I have very fond memories of this place here, Cubao and Araneta City, because this is the place where I used to watch PBA basketball games here and in the Field Sports Arena, often referred to as Ultra. And maybe Tux knows these places, Ultra. And the PBA would hold its games here in the Araneta Coliseum. Back then, PBA basketball was really huge in the Philippines. Philippines is still a basketball crazy country, as you might have witnessed during the recently held World Cup, Basketball World Cup here in the Philippines. The Philippines was a co-host together with Indonesia and Japan. And again, I would often come here and watch the games. I was a huge San Miguel Beerman fan. That was during the time when there were big rivalries between the franchises of Alaska and Pure Foods and San Miguel during the time of Robert Chawersky and Alvin Patrimonio. And I believe most of you guys don't even know these basketball players, but I'm pretty sure that some of you, the Filipino watchers, might know the Filipino subs of this channel. And I'm pretty sure Tux knows it, and a few other guys. So we'll turn left here in Araneta City, and up there, Ali Mall, a tribute to Muhammad Ali, the biggest, best, greatest of all time. And check out the malls up here. See, Ali Mall, first multi-level commercial mall in the Philippines. Not just this part here, but also here. And see, there's a footbridge over there. Ali Mall. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.